Good evening, everybody. Kong Siva Chai, everyone, and welcome to the second session of Health Matters with Hatsuno Kiseki. I hope everyone has had a good celebration and a break last week. So today we are honored to have Dr. Siva with us to discuss the topic of introduction to the root cause of diseases. Am I right, Dr. Siva?
That's right.
Okay. As we all know, disease can be devastating and have a major impact on our quality of life. But what is the root cause of these diseases? Many of us might believe that diseases are caused by external factors such as viruses and bacteria, but there is growing evidence that suggests that the root cause of many diseases lies within us, in the way we live and the choice we make daily. Whether it's the drink that we take or the lunch that we have, as many of us know, these like the last session, we will be having a live Q&A at the end of Dr. Siva's talk. So if you have any questions, feel free to post it in the comment section, and we will try to answer all of your questions live. Otherwise, we will reply in the comment section later. So, Dr. Siva, the floor is yours.
I just want to share something what I read today.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons. So let me put that in the chat group. Okay. I mean, of course, this is all various magazines do publish, but today's fresh from the oven from CNN. They just published this article. So if you read it, ultra-processed foods linked to ovarian and other cancer death. Did you get the link?
Yeah, I got the link.
Yeah.
So perhaps I'll share the link on the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So thank you, Mark. Thank you. Hello, Dr. Khan, Dr. Lim. Nice to see Dr. Lim here last week. It was a surprise visit to Meditherapy.
Yeah, it was a great therapy.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Because of you.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So when we go to root cause of diseases, there are many. In fact, I have like a 20-page syllabus to cover. But in today's first session, I will just cover the overview, and subsequent session, we can drill one by one. So how this thing happened is, I would like to teach you my 5-step philosophy on health. And you can apply this to anything and everything you do in life because it's pretty universal. And how did I get it is from a former king who became a monk. So I'm sure everyone in the world knows Buddha. But before that, he was called Prince Siddhartha. Then we need to know what transformed him from Prince Siddhartha to Gautama the Buddha. So basically, Buddha means the awakened one. So likewise, in our health, if you want to stay healthy, we need to be awakened. So let's see what happened in Buddha's life. For the very first time, he came out of his palace, or we can call a royal jail. He was in a royal jail for a long time in life because one astrologer told his dad when he was young, oh, if your son sees something very pathetic, he will become a monk. So his dad makes sure he got everything in the royal jail, all the comforts he can think of. So he don't know anything about sorrow, anything about disease, aging, nothing. He knows nothing. He was a royal boy. So Prince Siddhartha one day talked to his charioteer and somehow sneaked out of the kingdom. And he saw 4 things. And I'm sure everyone in the Buddhist religion knows. But to me, I don't want to enter the religious aspect. But it's about thinking process. What he did, and that's what we should follow as well. So when he came out, he saw 4 things: an old man, a sick man, a dead man, and a monk. That he didn't know what it was, so he asked the charioteer, "What is this? What is this? Oh, this man? Oh, he's a sick man." Then he was still puzzling what sickness is because he didn't know what it was. Then he saw a dead man. He said, what it is? Yeah. I mean, the life is gone, so he's dead. And then he saw a monk. He said, who is this? Yeah, he renounced everything in search of truth. So he only asked one question, only one question to the charioteer. Is that applicable to me as well? Yeah, the charioteer gave a simple one-line answer. Yeah, from a pauper like me to a king like you, our destiny is the same. We all age, we all get sick, we all die. That is what awakened him. He said to himself, no, I want to find a way whether I can prevent all this. That set him on a journey, which we all know. Ultimately, Prince Siddhartha became Gautama the Buddha. So from his life, and also including what was taught to me from my own mother tongue in Tamil, like 3,000 years ago, they said, Udalar aliyin uirar alivar. It means you only got one house, which is your body. If that thing rots or decays, you, the life will be gone, will be kicked out of the body. Then you become a spirit world. So for us to enjoy everything in the world, we need two things. We need this perfect body, able body, and the life, which is our true self. Together, then we can be happy on this earth. So from that, I devised 5 things. It means one is be alert. Number 2, be awake, be aware, question everything, apply common sense. If you do this, you will be healthy. So when you say be alert, how I prepared for COVID was in 2017 itself, I stumbled upon an article from CNN. It says the correct word is the next global thing is going to be a flu pandemic. They use the word pandemic. I have the link as well. So I know, okay, looks like something is about to come. So I thought, okay, what all things I need to prepare in order for that? Because I know during a pandemic time, we can't get anything because there'll be supply chain disruption. So that is called be alert. So that message alerted me. Then be awake means we start to wonder what will happen during that time. So we know during flu time, we can go back to what happened in the former like bird flu, etc. What happened like SARS. COVID is recent, but 2003 itself, we were alerted from SARS. It's also called SARS virus. Then it was MERS, and then it is SARS-CoV-2. Actually, that's the right name, or COVID. So, so in 2003, I remembered what all things happened. Then in 2014 with MERS, I remember what happened. That's called be aware. Then be awake means what you can do to protect yourself. So I mean, that's a lot of topic to discuss, but I know what to do. And as I was awake, I prepared and kept everything ready. Then ask questions. It means like what all will happen. I ask myself, and then that's where I prepared myself. Then apply common sense. So you don't need a rocket science. Just basically, if you can think, you can actually have a lot of solutions for yourself. So likewise, when it comes to root cause of health, I start with air, water, food, environment, lifestyle, mental, emotional, karmic, genetic, idiopathic. Idiopathic means we do not know the cause. Genetic means what we inherit from our parents, but it's not a death sentence. As long as we know how we can manage it, we can actually work around it. So these are the 10 things we need to work on. Then again, why to me air is number 1 is we eat 3 times a day. We drink maybe 6 times a day. But in yogic tradition, they gave us a very precise number, how many times we breathe in a day. The exact number is 21,600 times is what we breathe per day in 24 hours. So what is important? Clean air is important. But now we all live in polluted cities. So, and every day we are in a jail, actually. You look at present day offices. I mean, when I was young, most of the offices didn't have aircon, so it's all open windows, only a fan going around. So it keeps circulating the air. But now we call sick building syndrome. You can't even open a window in any building now. In Genting, yes, there is a reason why they don't allow you to open a window, because if you lose money, they don't want you to jump out of the window. So they have a cost. But in a normal office building, why did they build it like a jail? And now during COVID, what's the message? I was laughing when I saw the message from the government. Oh, open your windows and ventilate your place. And that's one reason you can control COVID. I mean, you can actually disperse and actually have a less impact of COVID on people. But how many offices can open the window? You can't. So what's the use of giving a solution when you can't implement it practically? So now I was thinking, what happened to the engineers' thought process? Did they even think about pandemic or pandemics, whatever? If at all there is a reason to ventilate the place, is there a way? No. That's why I say, honestly, our education system and school system nowadays create perfect dumbest who can't think. Because the job of an education, in my opinion, is to really make a person think and act. Look at whether our education system is doing that. And I'll give you one example. In Singapore, government spends billions and billions of dollars on education. But yet, in order to tell a person whether it is a food, they have to put a logo and say health logo and say this is a food. But the problem is, most of the product they put a logo on health actually is unfit for human consumption. Even I won't feed that to the pigs. Do you know why? Pig is one animal, you throw anything it eats. But to me, I'm so afraid. I feed the item what they recommend for humans, even to a pig. The pig may get a disease and die. It's that terrible. Completely processed and refined. So if you read the article on CNN on the 31st of Jan, ultra-processed food causes cancer. Today, everyone's life revolves around ultra-processed food. So now let me go back to the air. And then I actually engaged some consultants to check the particles. So that is VOC, volatile organic compounds, radon, carbon dioxide, and oxygen, all within the space. So what I looked in a closed space is, we got carbon dioxide of about 1,000 and above, and less, and honestly, they can't measure oxygen. And I was asking all these guys, hey, I want to know how much oxygen is in my place. But you're giving me all the negative things, how much carbon dioxide is inside. It's like 1,000. And I said, okay, what's the solution? Open the windows. The moment I opened the windows, the level came down to less than 300 instantly. So now imagine, in my place, thankfully, I've got full of windows on all sides. I can open up and ventilate. But if a person is working in a very old office, where the air conducts, everything is very old, you sit from morning to evening in that office, and you wear a mask, and some people wear double mask. I don't know why. And you keep inhaling your own stale air from the morning to evening. Do you think you can be healthy? Just think about it. Go back and evaluate your own life. I said, follow my 5 principles. Be alert, be awake, be aware, question everything, apply common sense. I already gave you. Now, if you are working in a closed office, and if it is a very old office, so sick building syndrome, and if you don't even know how much of oxygen is in your place, what's the level of carbon dioxide, and then you're covering yourself with 2 layers of mask. So if you are in such an environment, definitely over time, your body will become a breeding ground for cancer.
Right.
And combined with that, and then combined with refined foods, of course, by 30, your body will be a perfect ground for cancer to come. For a cancer to manifest, it takes at least about 10 years from one cell to divide and divide and divide until it becomes a pea size, which our current diagnostic systems can pick up. It's about 10 years. So it means for a person, in my life before, I hardly see people in the 30s, less than 50s with cancer. And now for me to see even some medical doctors dying by 30 because of cancer is becoming pretty common. I just have a report on my table. One of a very young doctor, she got a daughter 10 years old. When she got cancer, she was only about late 20s. And when she came to me, she was 33. And at that time itself, she gave me the report and I still have it. The oncologist, which promised her, hey, I can cure your cancer, wrote on the report, I am going to put you on palliative chemo. It means I'm going to pump in chemo inside your body until you die. I'm sorry, now there is no way I can save you. That's the time she got awakened and looking for alternatives. So the word she told me was, Dr. Siva, my husband and me, we both are doctors. And we thought we are the best in our field. We know everything in our field. And I believed everything my oncologist said because of my medical doctor training. But only when he said that there is no way I am going to die, I'm looking at options because I don't want to die. My daughter is very young and I want to be with her. Sadly, she just passed away 2 months ago at the age of 33. And it's getting common. And the other thing I see is a lot of women can't conceive now. Why? If you eat ultra-processed food, your body won't have the stamina even to grow a life inside of you. Those days, one of my friends' husband's grandma, guess how many children she had? 21. 21 children, one woman, one husband. Now, even to give birth to one child, a lot of people can't. Why? There is a lot of history behind. Because ever since we started eating hybridized food, to me, hybridized food is nothing but bastardized food because you keep crossing it. So, first thing first is air quality. If you are in a building, in a sick building, combined with you're doing a sitting job without even moving, trust me, nothing in your body flows. And do you know what is the latest result? Reason or report says every 30 minutes, at least if you walk for 2 minutes, you will be healthy. So if you're in office, please go out to fresh air, if at all you have, and then walk, and then go back and work. So at least you get some fresh oxygen into your system. So I would, well, it's already 20 minutes because there's 10 minutes Q&A.
No,
so
it's okay.
there are a
We
lot
don't
of
have any
things to
questions
cover
at
under
the
this.
moment, yeah.
And again, what I did was in Singapore, I want to know whether any particle is floating in the air. So I installed the mosquito net in all my windows. And in 30 days, I can't believe it is completely covered with a white fibrous thing. And combined with it, if I touch, my hand becomes black because that's something white, which I don't know, combined with the vehicle exhaust. Actually, it is everywhere in the air. So when I clean surfaces, it's black. So that's why I have to install some very good big size filters to constantly clean the air to stay healthy. So it's really a challenge. So as I said, this is a huge topic. In fact, it's like 300 hours of education. I can't combine everything and say it in one session. And I'm a person who speaks directly. I don't sugarcoat anything. So please don't get offended. That's my style of speaking. So it's not against anybody and anything. That's how I am.
Right.
So now, okay, do you have any questions now?
No, the thing is that when you mentioned, if someone is working in an office environment, they should, after half an hour, go for a 2-minute walk. Can I add that, if they have an open field or grass, should they go barefoot?
Oh, that's even better. In fact, just before I was just advising my client, I look at one of the graph and I told him, I think you may have static electricity in your body. Please stand on a grass patch or walk on a grass patch barefoot, morning 10 minutes and evening 10 minutes. You see, again, you apply the 5 principles. I said, be alert, be awake, be aware, question everything, apply common sense. What do we do in our house? We have a green grounding wire, right, in every one of our house.
Right.
What happens if that wire is not functioning? Most of our electrical appliances will be gone. Because of if it's not properly grounded. So when we have the wisdom that we have the knowledge that even our house wire have to be grounded, did we even ever think, should we ground ourselves? So in fact, grounding alone is a topic I can cover. And I still remember a case history of a veteran who abandoned the concrete jungle life and went to a real jungle. He went barefoot. And the first thing he said was, all his pains in the body just disappeared. Today, what we call pain is also one of the reasons is because we are not grounded. Everywhere is concrete or synthetic tiles, and our body is not connected to earth. We are designed to connect to earth because we come from earth. So we need to earth ourselves daily. In fact, even to have a good sleep, if we ground ourselves regularly, we will be in a much healthier state. Of course, as I said, it's one of my topic in root cause of diseases education.
So the topic of grounding is also in your course as well?
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. If you look at the syllabus I sent you, grounding is one of the most important things. Including people with cancer, they need to ground themselves.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we don't have any questions at the moment. So perhaps you have anything to add, Dr. Siva?
Yeah, well, if you can ask me, because I got so much to talk.
Dr. Lim, do you have any questions for Dr. Siva?
No from me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, because you had a
long discussion last week.
Dr. Tan?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, okay. So I guess we don't have any questions from the audience. I guess they can ask later on, and then we can just reply after that. So thank you, Dr. Siva, for the very insightful knowledge, and I hope everyone that has come on live has learned something. Another thing that I want to add is, by incorporating postbiotics into our daily lives through the consumption of fermented foods or by consuming Kiseki, it can definitely help support the balance of our gut microbiome and improve our gut function as well. That is something which Dr. Siva will also touch as well.
I mean, that microbiome itself is a separate topic. In fact, it starts from our time of birth itself. And the thing is, I always ask when my clients have some issues, do you know whether you are a C-section baby or you are a normal delivery baby? Because there is a significant difference between a baby which comes by the normal delivery method and come by C-section. When they come by that normal delivery, the whole skin and everything is actually coated with the microbiome of the mother to protect the baby. But now in a C-section, not much actually.
Right.
A lot of science is slowly catching up. And now what they do is they actually swab the vaginal canal and then rub on the baby. I mean, you can see a lot of reports like that. I mean, as I said, microbiome is everything. In fact, we were a microbiome before we even formed human.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we started from as virus, fungi, bacteria, and then we evolved from that. So it's important part in our life.
Yeah, because there are increasing evidence that postbiotics have been linked to a range of health benefits, including immune function, reduce inflammation, improve emotional well-being. In fact, 2 days ago, I read something from medical news today. It's linking gut microbiome and depression, and whether food diet can help to improve people who has depression. So
because this is serotonin is made in the gut, and you need bacteria for it.
Yeah.
So I said it's one of the, that's why now they do fecal transplant, now to rebuild the gut microbiome.
Yeah.
Even for cancer, one of the most important thing is work on the gut microbiome diversity. That's why I put them on a lot of fermented stuff, food-based.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
very, very important.
So I guess our time is almost up. For our next session, it'll be on the 15th of February, where Dr. Tan will be talking to us about nutrition labeling. Am I right?
Food labeling.
Food labeling.
Food
Oh,
labeling. Focusing
maybe-
on
Yeah.
product description.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it's something which is very important, which a lot of us have taken for granted, to see, to not read the labels. So we feel that it's important to share this knowledge with all of you, and I hope all of you will tune in on 5th of February. So with that being said, I guess that's all the time we have for this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Siva, Dr. Lim,
you.
Dr. Tan, for joining. Thank you, the audience. So this is for the audience. If you haven't liked our page, please like our page. Please hit the like button. If you don't, if you would like to witness what our customers are saying about our products, you can also visit our YouTube channel at Hatsuno Kiseki. So thank you, Dr. Siva. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, see you all. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.